Sadhguru is that everybody knows you as a renowned yogi, author, and also a spiritual guru. In your book on inner engineering, you have focused on self-transformation. So the question is, how does environmental awareness, and in particular soil conservation, influence a person's inner transformation? And specifically, what inspired you to take up this Save the Soil movement?
I'm not inspired by anything. I'm just lazy. Because there's so much to be done, I do it. Otherwise, by myself, I'm made like this. If I close my eyes, I'm done with life. If I close my eyes, I don't have to open it till I fall dead. I'm made like that. Activity is only as per the need of the situations around me. So there is no inspiration, there is a need, a severe, serious need. So, about inner transformation, don't give it all these big names. I'm asking you, if you are given a choice, would you like to be blissful or miserable? You must choose, I'm going to bless you. Blissful. Some of you didn't choose, I bless you. What you want for your neighbor sometimes may be debatable. What you want for yourself is 100% clear. Highest level of pleasantness, of body, mind, emotion, energy. You want to be in the highest level of pleasantness, yes or no? Why such a simple desire you cannot fulfill? In the world, if you want something, there are so many obstacles, there are so many issues, it depends on the times in which we exist, what sort of people are around us, what kind of situations we are in. There are 1,000 issues outside. All of them may not fall together. But what is within you, why is it? Hello, I'm just trying to understand this because in this body, are you only one person or there are many? Hello? I'm just checking. Only one? You're an individual. So if you're an individual and you want to be blissful, who the hell is stopping, I'm asking? No, Sadhguru, you don't know my wife, she's like this, my husband is like that, my mother-in-law like this, my boss like that. People come to me and say, Sadhguru, it's unbearable, my wife, she's giving me so much trouble, so much stress she gives me. Oh, my husband, he's impossible. My mother-in-law, oh, she's not even human. My boss, like this. Then I tell them, say, don't worry, you come here to the yoga center, I'll give you a nice place to live, good food to eat, no husband, no wife, no mother-in-law, no boss, just you. And we'll take care of you. You don't have to do anything. Just be joyful, that's all. Once in a way, I'll make a random check on you. If you're not joyful, if you're miserable, then I don't believe in feeding misery. Hello? If you're joyful, we'll take care of you for the rest of your life. Oh, 2 days later, I see them, they're all twisted out. What happened? No mother-in-law, no wife, no husband, what happened? No, nobody, Sadhguru, I'm missing them, Sadhguru. See, when you're alone, if you're miserable, you're obviously in bad company, isn't it? Hello? If you're with me and you're miserable, you can blame it on me. Oh, because of Sadhguru I'm miserable. But you're by yourself and miserable, you're in bad company. Definitely it needs to be fixed, because you have to live with this stupid person for the rest of your life. Others may come and go. Hello? Others may come and go. With this one person you have to live, isn't it? If this person is a bad company, then life is terrible. So don't give all kinds of big names, self-realization, transformation, enlightenment. I'm asking you, at least your psychological drama. Your world drama may not happen your way. Your psychological drama must happen your way, isn't it? Huh? If that is not happening your way, it simply means you're such a bad director of your own drama. Your thoughts and emotions are made up by you, isn't it? Hello? Why can't you make it up the way you want it? No, but they're all the way they are. You should be the way you want, isn't it? If you are the way you want, you can turn a few people around you also the way you want. If you can't make this one the way you want, can you ever make this one the way you want? Hello? Is there any hope for you? If you can't be the way you want to be, can you make your husband, wife, mother-in-law, enemy, neighbor, anybody the way you want? Do you believe that? At least this one person must be the way you want. So don't give big names to it. This is a silly problem, super silly problem as far as I'm concerned. Hello? Hello? So that's all, don't be silly. You have a smart friend in your pocket.
Thank you, Sadhguru. My next question, as we are in Saudi Arabia, we are also aware of the massive transformation that is taking place in the kingdom under the Vision 2030 program laid out by the country's dynamic leadership. Sustainability and environmental conservation finds a prominent mention. This is also linked to the kingdom, despite being one of the world's largest oil producers and exporters, actively diversifying into renewable and sustainable forms of energy. As the Gulf in general forms an important part of your journey, what message do you have for the region in general and for the kingdom in particular?
Say, the Saudi Arabia as a kingdom, right now producing around 54% of the food that you eat is produced in the country, which is phenomenal. And when the rest of the world is busy converting fertile lands into deserts, here, since 1970s, converting deserts into fertile lands has been quietly happening. Well, it's quite miraculous to see a desert become alive with life and with farming and with trees and fruits and works. Right now, I also spoke to your agricultural minister today, and it's very heavy, investment-driven. It could be very nature-based, and there are ways to do this. Hopefully, we'll partner in some way and see how to make this happen. But you have the necessary population who are capable of living in the terrain. We must use them to transform the terrain, because it'll also transform their economies and their lives. To some extent it's being done. It could be done at a much faster pace, because a desert land or a desert kingdom setting an example and putting other countries which have fertile lands and actively working to turn them into deserts, you must put them to shame. It's very important. Some shame is needed, because shamelessly we are turning the most fertile lands into deserts in the world. So, Saudi Arabia has a certain responsibility.
Thank you, Sadhguru. Now, finally, I would also shift gears and go on to another topic, which is yoga. You are one of the world's most renowned yogis, and yoga in Saudi Arabia, which was restricted until a few years ago, has emerged as a very popular lifestyle choice, especially among the women. Last year, it became one of the first few countries to enter into a memorandum of understanding on yoga cooperation with India. So, do you have any message for the yoga practitioners among the Saudis?
Oh, I have not seen what form of yoga is happening here. I've I have no knowledge about that. But looking at how it's happening in Europe and in United States and various other countries, probably a similar type of could be happening, need not be necessarily, but could be. So one thing we need to understand is, yoga does not mean a specific practice. The word yoga means union. Union means, see right now you're sitting here, this is me, all right? You are a complete individual by yourself. You don't like this person, you don't like this person. You're total, perfect, absolute human being. So that means you must be self-sufficient. So these two holes, this transaction with all these lousy people, not necessary, close it. 2 minutes only. Close it and see. You will see, without union with what is around you, you cannot exist. Hello? This is yoga. It's not just in terms of respiration. Every cell in the body is transacting. Every subatomic particle in the body is in transaction. But you have no such experience. How many moments in a day are you even conscious that you're breathing? Unless you have some difficulty. That's one good thing the coronavirus might have done to you, made your breath little difficult. And if not the virus, at least the mask made it difficult and you know you are breathing. Otherwise, if it's going smoothly, most people are not even conscious of it. You're in yoga with the rest of the atmosphere, hello? But you're not in experience. If you experientially know that your existence here is not individual, it is inclusive. The breath that you breathe, the water that you drink, the food that you eat is connecting you to everything around you. If you experience this actually, I must tell you this, I was 19 years of age. I don't know why I should share everything with you. I was 19 years of age. By then, right from my childhood, I was super active with many things. Except school, everything else I was active. Even in school I was active, but it was not education. So many things. So I'm always hungry. In my home, there are 3 other siblings and parents. Those 5 people, how much they eat, I eat that much individually. But I never put on an ounce of weight. I always remained very slim because activity was so much. So food was important because how much ever I eat, within 2 hours I'm super hungry always. So when I'm in this condition, you tend to eat without actually respecting the food that you eat, because you want it to go in quickly. So one day, I put a morsel of food in my mouth and I just, for some reason, I just closed my eyes. This food just exploded in my mouth. Because right here, something that was not me was becoming a part of me, right here. See, every day it's happening to you. What was soil becomes food. What is food on your plate? Now you think, this is my food, you eat it and then it becomes me, isn't it? Hello? Whatever you have eaten has become this. So that whole process just exploded in my mouth. As I was just little chewed upon it, the whole thing just blew me up. I was just experiencing something that's not me entering and becoming a part of me in such a big way. And my whole attitude towards food changed completely. Completely means it's not attitude without bowing down to the food. I can never touch the food, just like that wantonly. Because you're always in union, this is yoga. But you're not conscious of it. The The air that you breathe, the water that you drink, the food that you eat, the land that you walk upon, you are one with it. Most people will get it only when you bury them. When you're buried, you'll get it, right? Hello? You are one with everything. If you get it when you're alive, that means you're in yoga. Experientially, not intellectually. Intellectually you say, I am one, you are one, that's not the point. Experientially, see right now, these 5 fingers, we don't know, the content of these fingers has come from many places, isn't it? Hello? Food that you've eaten. But these 5 fingers are 100% you, isn't it, in your experience right now? If you sit in this hall and you experience all these people like you experience your 5 fingers, then we say you're in yoga. So if you sit here and for one moment experience all these people as a part of yourself, after that, do I have to teach you, don't harm this man, don't kill that person, don't rob that person, do I have to tell you such teaching? Huh? Do you need any such teaching? Did anybody teach you this little finger, don't cut it up, it's such a helpless little finger? You'll anyway take care of that which is a part of you, isn't it? This is what yoga means, that your experience of life is no more limited to the boundaries of your body, because the boundaries of your body has happened only because of a very strong identification with your own body. This framework of what you call as myself is not just this. There are many aspects, let me not go into all this, at least you know you're breathing. Without this transaction, you won't exist. What you exhale, a tree is inhaling. What the tree exhales, you are inhaling. 1/2 of your lungs is hanging out there. Yes or no? If you experientially knew this, do I have to tell you, don't harm the tree? Would it be necessary? When we started this project Green Hands, this is what I did with the people. When I said we have to plant 114 million trees to change the landscape of southern India, they said, 114 million trees, how is that possible? Who can plant so many million trees? So I made them sit down and experience this. See, what you're exhaling, the tree is inhaling. What the tree is exhaling, you're inhaling. They sat there like this with eyes closed. Once that experience became real, now you can't stop them. No matter what you do, they will plant. Because they see it as a part of themselves. So, yoga is not a particular practice. Unfortunately, the yoga that you're seeing is generally a rebound from the American coast. Twisting and turning and looking like a leftover noodle is yoga. No, you can become yoga, you don't practice yoga, you become yoga. To become yoga, there may be certain practices. Essentially, you're doing practices so that your ability to experience life is enlarged beyond your physical limitations. Is it only for some yogi who is sitting in a Himalayan cave this is possible? No, every human being is competent. It's just that there's no focus, that's all. The priority is not there. Otherwise, every human being can experience this. And in this, there is tremendous empowerment. Continuously people are asking, Sadhguru, where do you get this energy? Every day, 20 hours of the day, non-stop, 7 days of the week, you're on. Where do you get this? See, if you live properly, only 40% of the energy that you have comes from the food that you eat. Rest is sunlight, air, water. Above all, this cosmos itself is a living cosmos. You're just a small bubble in that. You're not an independent life. You captured some life. Hello? You can capture more life, it's free. There's no gas station where you have to pay. If you want, you can imbibe a whole lot, but you are a wall. Big man. Big man means actually small man, that's what it means. Any man who thinks he is a big man is actually a very small man in his head, isn't it? See, some wives are clapping, this is not nice.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sadhguru. That was indeed a very thought-provoking and thoroughly enlightening session. I would now like to throw open the floor for the audience, like to welcome the audience for their questions. And because of the paucity of time, I would just request you to keep your questions brief and to the point, and as far as possible, try not to cover the ground which has already been covered. Thank you. Please also introduce yourself before you ask the question. Thank you.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. Sadhguru, I am from Karachi, Pakistan. And my question is just this, that being in your gracious presence, this is just a coincidence, or this is predestined, or this is some sort of good deeds in the past? Thank you very much.
Anybody else?
Just, I'm sorry, please. Just if you mention your nationality, they're all clapping big time. Because this has happened, because in the name of nationality, race, religion, gender, caste, creed, how many ways we have found to separate humanity? How many ways? We're constantly looking for new ways. Language, race, nationality, religion, caste, creed, this, that, no matter what. Coffee people and tea people, yes. Morning people and evening people, all kinds. So when this is the case, and we are also getting super empowered as human beings. What 10,000 men could not do 1,000 years ago, today one man can do simply because of technology and other empowerments. And this empowerment is on all levels, both positive and negative. So, as long as we clearly divide ourselves in whatever way, whether it is caste, creed, race, religion, doesn't matter which way, or even gender, as long as we hold these identities of separation very strongly, conflict is inevitable. Hello? It's just a question of time. It's just a question of time before somebody steps on your feet and there'll be a conflict. So, now that we are so super empowered that we have enough power to destroy not one nation, we can destroy the whole planet many times over. That much empowerment we have. When we are like this, it's extremely important we find some common ground, some common factor, a common denominator for all of us. If you do not understand what is this all-inclusive cosmic consciousness, it's too far away and vague and abstract for you, at least you must understand that soil is that unifying factor. For soil and soil organisms and soil ecology, our national boundaries mean nothing. Today, there is substantial science to show you how the soil ecology is communicating and integrated across the world. So you can't fix one nation and leave the other nation out. If you want to fix the soil, it has to be a global action, because that is how life is functioning. As a person, you may be an Indian or a Pakistani or this or that, but as a life, you're just of this earth. Hello? So, first and foremost thing is we are life, then other identities which add color to our life. You're a man, you dress one way, you're a woman, you dress another way. This adds color to our life, otherwise we could make everybody same. There would be no color to life. So you're an Indian, you're one way, you speak one kind of language, you sing another kind of music, somebody sings something else. All this adds color to our life. But fundamentally we are life. If we don't get this, we will pay the price in so many different ways. So I'm here, is it my past karma? This question should not come from Pakistan. Karma is an Indian problem. Now, what karma means is that the simple way to look at it is, today morning if you ate some bad food, you'll have some bad results in the evening. Or you ate some very conducive food, it has its results in some way. I'm making it very ridiculously simple example. It's that simple because every action that you perform has a consequence. This is the nature of life. This is not in terms of good and bad. This must be dropped. This idea, I did bad karma, so bad things happening to me, good karma, good things… No. Karma means it is the residual memory of everything that you do in your body, in your mind, in your emotion, in your energy. These four dimensions of activity are going on all the time. So, all these four activities leave a residue. That residue will start functioning in a certain way within you where it automizes you to some extent. Is it a bad thing? No. Otherwise you will have to think about everything fresh. Little automization is okay, but you must be conscious enough to rise above that. Otherwise, your past will rule your present and future. There is I will not go into this because this is an elaborate thing that you have raised. See, Pakistanis are always putting us into trouble, asking such questions which will take 10 days for me to explain. There is a book on karma. If it is here, I will ask them to give it to you, sir, please. Thank you. You need to wait for microphone.
Sadhguru Pranams. My name is Magesh. I am from Coimbatore also. In Gaur we have come from the past when I am 48, when I am 10, 15. We don't even step into our cultivating land wearing shoes or chappals. We have respected soil that much. It's our mother soil. We remove our shoes and we get into the land. But when we grow up, as we grow up, I did not ask for plastic bottles, I did not ask for plastic plates, but that has been put into my hand and today I use it elaborately. So who is to be blamed? Is it me? If given a choice today, I would not use plastic, but do I have a choice?
Oh, you definitely have a choice. This is a right thing. Somebody put plastic bag in my hands. Wow. This is a nice story you're telling. And you came from Coimbatore, but we didn't cure you of this? If it's in your hand, it's your responsibility. Hello? Hello? You're not a child. Even if you're a child, it's still your responsibility. You might not have realized it. So please, let's not go like this. We called soil our mother, but we've brought it to the state that it is. So just that emotion is not needed, not enough rather. This is why we're pushing for a policy, because unless it's enshrined in the policy, you will not follow it. See, in Coimbatore city, even if there is a red light of the traffic, you don't stop unless there is a policeman to chase you. So tell me, isn't it time that we understand that without laws, most of the human beings are not fit to do things consciously by themselves, yes or no? Because we've reached a point with the soil that there is no time to you doing pretty things and me doing pretty things. Universally, everybody should do what is needed. If that has to happen, it has to become the law. There is simply no other way. Just last question.
Okay, last question. Okay, gentleman here.
Hello, good evening, Sadhguru. First of all, welcome to Saudi Arabia, Riyadh especially, and we are lucky to have you here. My simple question, sir, that whole world is talking about the artificial intelligence and machine learning, and the whole world is changing everything into the, all the environment changes, like artificial rains and everything. So can we do something for the artificial soil? That's my question. I'm from IT background, my name is Salman. So I just want to know that can we do something with the soil in the same way what we are doing for the artificial rain and other things?
So essentially, is there a technological solution? That's a question, okay? Well, technologies can enhance application, definitely. There are many technologies which should be made use of, no question about it. But I want you to understand, there is no technology to create organic content. There is only plant life and animal life. Please get this straight in your minds, every one of you. There are only two sources of organic content, not just on this planet, in the known universe. There are only two sources of organic content, plant life and animal life. There is simply no other way. How to apply this in better ways? There are technologies. So, this happened in 2060. A group of scientists sought an appointment with God. And they got the appointment, they went there and they said, "Hey, old man, you've done really well with creation. But today everything that you can do, we can also do. It's time you retire." God said, "Oh, is that so? What is it that you can do?" They said, "Look at here, we'll give you a demo." They dug up a little bit soil and made a vague image of a human child and did a few things and the child came alive. God looked at this and said, "This is very impressive, but first get your own soil." There is no substitute for soil. There is simply no substitute for soil. Do not think otherwise. There is simply no substitute, not just on the planet, anywhere in the universe there is no substitute for the soil, because this 15 to 18 inches of topsoil is the cream of this planet which has taken millions of years to generate. Do not think of something else. Technologies can help in application. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sadhguru, for answering all the questions from the audience very